Hi YouTube, here are 4 great budget options for folding cups. Now why would you want a folding cup? Well, you might want to use it on a picnic if you don't have much space. It might be something that you want to be able to put in your pocket easily, or it could be something just to take with you that you want for any sort of adventures that you have outdoors where you might need a cup. I'm going to go through these 4 folding cups. It's a first look, so we're going to go through the specifications, see how they all match up against each other. Keep watching and let me know what you think in the comments. If I've missed off your favourite folding cup, please let me know. Starting with the specifications, my key parameters here are that as it's budget, ideally I would want this to be less than £10, that's UK pounds. Ideally $10 or less. Now, at least one of these is cheap in the UK. I couldn't find a cheap option in the US. Maybe you can, but I'll go through the prices. So it's got to be budget. Also, I want it to hold at least 300 millilitres, and that's around about 10 fluid ounces. Some of these are more than that. In fact, I think they're all more than that. Some are bigger than others. Obviously, with size comes weight. They all need to be dishwasher safe, and they all need to be BPA free because we don't want to have any residual plasticizers left in these. So for that, I think all of them are silicone. So what am I looking for in a folding cup? Well, I want all of these to be budget. So all of these were less than £10. Ideally less than $10 as well, although one of them didn't quite make that, although you may be able to find it cheaper. I want them all to hold at least 300 millilitres, or that's about 10 ounces, 10 fluid ounces. Some of them are quite a lot more than that, but they're all above 300 mils. I need them to be dishwasher safe because it's a real hassle if you come back from a day out, you've got to hand wash them all. So they are all suitable to be washed in a dishwasher. I also want them to be BPA free. So what is BPA? That's bisphenol A, which is a plasticizer used in some plastic materials, and it's been found to be harmful to people. So these are all BPA free, and in fact I think they're all made from silicone. So those are my key specs. Let's go through each of these and see how they measure up. So it all started with this. This was the first of the folding cups that I got. My wife was going to IKEA and she asked me if there was anything I wanted. I'd seen these, so I asked her to get me one. These come in at a great price of £3. I haven't checked the US price, but I imagine it's fairly similar in dollars. Now, the weight is quite heavy. It comes in, if you have the whole thing, at 138 grams or 4.9 ounces. So it is quite a big thing to use. It is a bit different though. This is the only one that has a drinkable lid that you can drink through. And so far, it's the only one that I've used properly. I'll go through some of the other ones as well. So let's open it up. So if you take this off, so there's not a vacuum, you can pull out the bottom. This pulls out. So you can see it's a decent size. So it holds 350 mils or 12 fluid ounces. And then you can put this collar back and it helps to give it some rigidity. So I think they've done a great job of making it rigid, but at the expense of weight. But having this lid means that if you're using it outside, then it's going to keep it warm for longer. Well, so having this lid means that if you're outside, it's going to keep your drink warm for longer. So you can see it's a decent size. I'm not entirely sure that you have to have this collar here. I noticed that all of the other ones, they don't have that. I've just completely destroyed it. So if you don't have any collars, it's really floppy, you see. So it comes with this one, which the lid fits down onto. And that gives it a decent rigid structure actually. I think with liquids in, that would be okay. There's this additional locking collar. So that gives it a lot of strength. It gives you something to hold on to. although it does seem to make it bulge a bit. There we go. And then there's this top. So I think that's really good. I don't think you need to have it with the top. It folds down easily as well. Let's just fold it down. I'm going to make a hash of this now. Right, there we go. And then that folds in there. So it's not as compact as the other ones. As I say, I think you could easily have this without the lid. It's a perfectly usable cup. If you want to get the weight down further, you could remove that middle collar. So ironically, after getting that real budget IKEA mug at £3, I then spent £10 on this Sea to Summit one to have something to compare it against. This is certainly the widest one, you can see here, but it does fold really flat, so it would fit in the pocket really easy, or a pocket of a rucksack. Just looking at the size of it, it can hold 480 millilitres. So this holds the most, and the equivalent of that is 16.2 fluid ounces. It weighs in at about 60 grams or 2.1 ounces here. I weighed it in slightly heavier actually at 73 grams and 2.6 ounces. It's also available in a smaller size, the X Cup, and I believe that's 350 mils, or maybe slightly smaller. So just opening this up, it has this rim round the edge. So looking at this, it's nice and wide. It's got measurements on the inside. You can see that there. The only trouble with it being wider is it's going to cool down a lot quicker. So you've got to drink it fairly quickly. But it fits in the hand well, and it's fairly stable. So I think that's a pretty good thing. The cost, as I said, was £10.50. That's in UK. I couldn't find an equivalent in the US. The nearest I could see was an Ozark, which seemed to have the same spec, and that was £8.24. So it still fits in the budget. So I quite like this one. Sea to Summit is a well-known brand in the UK. I've seen quite a few people use these. So I will be trying this out. I haven't yet. So that is the Sea to Summit X Mug. Then I decided to get a third one to try out. So this is the Flexi Mug from Life Venture. It holds 350 mils or 12 ounces. It weighs in at 66 grams or 2.3 ounces. So let's get it out of the pack. So this is definitely smaller than the X Mug. I imagine this is a similar size to the X Cup. Again, it's got a nice rim around it, so that holds it open okay. And it's very stable when it's standing. So definitely smaller. The only thing about this is the rim doesn't feel as nicely finished. When I run my thumb round it, it feels a little bit rough. So I imagine it's not going to be quite as nice on your mouth when you're drinking. But I'll try it later and we'll see. But first look, this looks really good. It meets all of the other specs that I've had. So that is the silicone flexi mug from Life Venture. So I had 3 collapsible cups, and then, well, it was a late night shopping session on Temu. I'd had something that I sent back, so I had some discount vouchers to use. And I ended up finding this. I've no idea why it's called Single Lady. I don't think it's that sort of cup. But here it is. It's a portable silicone folding cup. Now, I think it's BPA free as it's silicone. It's not as guaranteed as the other. So it comes like this. It's definitely dishwasher safe. It has a lid with a handle, and it's quite an interesting shape actually. I quite like this goblet shape. It has a metal rim, but that gives it some stability. Ah, there we go. That's it fully pulled out. Doesn't contrast well with my mat, but It's a nice shape. It can go in the dishwasher. It has a lid, so while you're carrying it, you can keep it clean. And also, I guess if you've got something hot, it would keep it warm for longer if you put a lid on it. Not sure I'm that keen on the handle though, to be honest. That's not that great. So the Temu one, this cost me £3.50. I imagine it's going to be something similar in dollars. It weighs in at 8 grams or 2.8 ounces, and it can hold 320 millilitres. So quick recap, these are the four. There is the IKEA one, this is the FRUKOSTMAL, there is the Sea to Summit X mug, there's the Life Venture Flexi mug, then there's the Temu folding cup. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will be doing a full review when I've used them all. So far, I've only used the FRUKOSTMAL from IKEA. I hope you found this interesting. Please leave a like. It lets me know that I'm making the right sort of content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.